You have entered the Plumbing Business Success Zone, teaching entrepreneurs the business of plumbing. This is Potty Talk Live, recorded live every week. Turn on notifications to never miss an episode. Now your host, Richard Behney, the Million Dollar Plumber.
Hey, plumbing pros, welcome to the 295th episode of Potty Talk Live. Hey there, I'm your host, Richard Behney, the Million Dollar Plumber, where we're talking the business of plumbing. And yes, you're right, that's not the lovely Laura. That's pretty Ricky. All right. Hey, that's our special guest star today on Potty Talk Live. Been looking forward to having this Potty Talk Live. Hey, but been looking forward to spending some time with you guys too. So glad you're here with us. Hey, just a reminder, if you're watching live, type live in the comments. If you're part of the live social audience, let us know. Type live, okay? Also, if you're watching the replay, type replay. And if you're listening to the podcast,
just keep on listening.
All right. Hey, all right. Hey, we got a great episode for you. In fact, tonight's title of tonight's episode is Real Life Success. We got a real life plumbing business success story right here. This is BJ Tijerina. He and his lovely wife, the Baroness, all right, our co-CEOs, plumbing power couples, okay, of Route 66 Plumbing out of Amarillo by morning. This is the guy, okay, this is the guy, all right. So hey, they came, and it's great to have you here you're here in the studio, okay. They came in and visited us. Okay, we've been spending some time.
It was pretty Ricky's birthday.
It was my birthday Thursday, so.
All right, so we've been celebrating the birthday, but we've been talking business and life and just hanging out, having a good time.
Yep.
And so now to have you here live in the studio here in the World Headquarters, MDP World Headquarters. Here in beautiful Southwest Florida. All right.
Yeah, it's very it's an honor to be here, so thank you for having me on your show.
Hey, thank you for, it's just been fun hanging out with you, man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
But hey, he's going to share, he's still getting it done. Again, this is a success story, and he's going to share your story, and I'm going to hit you up. I kind of prepped him, I kind of threw him under the bus a little bit here. So he's going to share some things of, how'd you get from where you were to where you are now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, all right? Hey, so stick around. All right, you're going to relate to this story. So, hey, how you doing here? Who do we have joining us here today?
A lot of people.
Okay.
Hey, Lance. Thank you, sir.
Yep, that's right.
All right,
Yes,
Mr. Ball.
sir.
That's right. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
What do we have here? Okay. Delaney.
Delaney the Delnays.
All right. Watching live. Who else we have live?
Joseph's
Rose. With us live. All right. Hey, if you guys are have your own plumbing business here, you're going to see if you can't relate to what's going on here. I'm sure you can, okay? And I know BJ will be the first to say he's a humble guy, okay? But he's sharp, okay? He and his better other.
Yeah,
okay.
she's the brains behind the operation.
I got that.
You know that.
I got that too. All right. But I bet you're going to be able to relate here of how, I know you would say that if you could do it, others can do it too.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So why don't we where were you like a year ago? You got it.
A year ago.
Business. You've been.
Yeah, we started like anybody else. You start from the garage, and and I started with I didn't have any money. Nobody gave me money. Said, hey, go do what you want to do with this money. I had a truck that was paid off.
Oh, didn't you have like a sugar daddy? Your daddy was rich.
No, didn't have that.
All right.
No.
Christy's dad.
No,
they were rich.
No,
they're rich. So no rich setup.
No rich setup. I had to start from the bottom and
right.
Started from the bottom. Now I'm here.
All right.
So I put my truck on for collateral because, heck, I didn't have no money.
That's right.
You don't have money to start it. You just go with a dream and faith and start. So
right. So here you are. So you were there. So when you started, it was you in a truck, and you probably you were just taking whatever work you could get.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I knew I was the best. We know you knew you're the best plumber, so why not do it?
I'm the best.
Well. So you just start. Like you have this dream, you have this passion that you want to do something. You can do better than the companies that are out there. So you're like, start a business. I'm good. I know what I'm doing. So, and then you just take the leap.
So you got in there, and so right off the bat, just things took off, right? You were killing it.
Oh yeah, I was killing myself. I wasn't killing. I was killing myself. I was killing myself and killing the bank account because, you know, you think that you're doing good with contractors because you have work, but it's just busy work. It's not money making work.
There we go.
You know.
All right. So you were spending a lot of time. Which we get into working in your business instead of on your business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you made the changes. You're in a whole nother place today. You know, a year and a half later, you're in a whole nother spot.
Yeah.
I mean, Route 66 is the company in Amarillo. I mean,
hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down.
It's just, you know, branded. You got you know, you got the systems in place. We'll get into that. But I mean, I mean, you're not the one truck guy.
No.
That you were a year ago.
No.
Right. So let's get into that. So here's what I'm throwing you under the bus.
Okay.
Okay. So I gave you some, you know, so I know there's a lot of things, but were you able to round it down? We'll get about 3 things. You know the routine here, right? It's like 3 things.
Yeah.
So what are 3 things that that you learned that you can share?
Obviously you have to have the right customer, you have to have the right mindset, and then know your pricing.
Know your pricing. Okay. So so those are your 3 things. So Sparky, you heard that? You're getting that worked up? I know you got the right customer here. All right, let's start with the right customer.
Right customer, like I said just a little bit ago, contractors. I thought the contractors are going to be the right customer, and we always go into starting the business, new construction, remodels, and all this stuff because, well, heck, when you do the bid, it's like, oh man, I got $30,000 right here, but really, do you have really $30,000, or are you spending $30,000 and then getting nothing in return? And that's where I was at. I just thought I was doing really good and had all this work, and that's all it was is work. There was nothing. I wasn't seeing anything in return from doing all this work. Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturdays. I went out on Saturdays to try to get this stuff done, and just killing myself, and then just like looking at the bank accounts, like, where's all this money? I have all these big jobs, and
so you're doing all these. So you're doing all these jobs. But your bank account, you didn't have like a pile of cash that's in your house.
No, it was just scraping by. Just scraping by and chasing my money. You guys out there chasing that money from the contractors, and I'll pay you. I'm waiting for the customer, to pay them, and then you're just like, dang, I need to get paid. Like, you get frustrated, and how am I make payroll and pay the parts houses. And another thing is the parts houses were crazy high because, you're buying all this pipe and all these fittings and all these fixtures, and it was just, man, I was
like the parts houses are making. They're
making more money than I was.
Does it sound familiar? Anybody relate to that? And
I was.
Or is that just Amarillo? That's just how it is in Amarillo.
And always on the phone. I was never off the phone, and you guys can relate to this. I was always on the phone, always I couldn't get away from it because contractors were constantly calling me, and it was just, I was getting worn out and tired and just.
I know.
Yeah.
So can you relate to that? Do we have anybody that can relate to that? About just working. That's the trap that we all fall in. That's the trap I fell into, the same kind of a thing, because it's an easy thing to get. I can get this contractor and they promise them houses, right?
Mm-hmm.
And and even while you're chasing the money, I'm going to give you more houses.
Yeah.
It's like this. It's a trap. Okay.
Yeah.
And I could never get ahead.
Never.
So you got to. So what turned out? What is the right customer? What kind of who are you working for today?
We're working for residential service customers now. That's
what's her name?
Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones. That's who we work for now, Mrs. Jones. And it's been a total change in finances, in how I feel. I can say that was probably the best thing I did, was to drop contractors, new construction, and all that, and actually pursue Mrs. Jones as being my customer.
How was that transition? Was it? How'd you feel? Was it like you felt totally comfortable? Just contractors.
No, that was the scariest thing ever, because having that work there was just like, it was comfortable, you know, because you knew you had the work. You knew by that time, you know, when I was, you know, getting into the point where I was like, man, I gotta, you know, do something different. And you know, I found the $1 Million Plumber, and you know, you started helping me out, and realizing that the contractors weren't for me. It was still scary because, well, I have all this work.
You have the work.
I have the work,
Right.
but it's not money making work. It's just work.
That was one of my hardest transitions, is to let go of that, because first of all, we come from, you know, that working, you know, blue collar working class. You know, it's where we come from.
Yeah.
So the idea of doing that it's work. I don't want to turn away work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's also what I know. I mean, there is, even though I'm chasing the money, and you know, these guys are a pain, and there's, you know, all these extra orders that I'm not getting paid for, and all that kind of stuff, and I'm always behind the parts house and paying them.
Yeah.
It feels, I at least know that, and I know that game.
Yeah.
You know, that's how my thing. I understood that game. Okay, and I knew where the punches were coming from, and so I was pretty scared to go, you know, all in with residential service.
Yeah.
You know,
And I think that's just, I mean, it's just scary, but it's where it's at. Residential
work.
plumbing is where it's at. And I did it. I took the jump, and, you know, I work for one contractor every once in a while, but other than that, it's all resident service, and I get my money now.
That's the key.
Money in the bank.
Money in the bank.
Hear the lovely Laura. She is over here.
I can't help it.
Okay, all right. It is money in the bank, and that makes a huge difference in your ability to grow.
Yeah.
And move you forward.
Yeah.
Okay. In fact, a lot of times I see it, and I know we saw it with you. As soon as we made that transition, all right.
Hey, Kristen.
Hey, Kristen.
Comfort's
All right.
definitely hard to leave.
Yeah, that comfort, take it. I mean, the comfort is very, very hard to leave, but it was the reward at the end of the rainbow was
Right.
worth it. So
Well, it's that trap, and that's that thing that just and they work on that fear. I mean, that's what that is fear. Okay, and you can't grow your plumbing business in fear. All right, and so with that, emotionally, it's fear, and then financially, it's you're behaving as the bank when you're doing this. You know, working the commercial work and the new construction and the warranty work and that kind of stuff. You're acting as their bank, meaning, you know, that you don't get paid
On bad terms.
right.
There's
You know,
no
they say
interest on that loan.
Right, exactly. And we just aren't in the build. You know, you just aren't set up to be a bank. Okay, and certainly starting out, your pockets aren't deep enough.
No,
Okay?
no.
And so, you know, when you can go and, you know, I'd much rather do a small repair and, you know, get that couple $100 in the bank today.
Yeah,
You
or
know.
do several small repairs for, you know,
Right.
$300-400.
Not to mention the water heaters, you know, the bigger ticket
Yeah.
items and stuff, the bigger jobs that come
Exactly.
in, that you can do in a day, that you get the money in the bank today.
Yeah.
All right. Money in the bank
Money in the bank.
Today.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of money, is that number two, the idea of having. I know we were talking about this, and I may be just pushing you this way, but I gotta think it's the idea of having your right price.
Yeah.
Is that one of?
That's one of the bigger things too that I struggle with personally, because, you know, I thought I was charging the right thing, because, you know, you always work for these bigger companies. Well, that's not fair for them to charge that much. Well, I'm going to charge them what I feel like is fair, and $85 an hour. Okay, just being honest, $85 an hour does not get you anywhere.
Right.
You know.
Except to the poorhouse.
Yeah, except
But I
for the
bet you
poorhouse.
still had people pushing back.
Yes.
On $85 an hour.
Yeah.
$85 an hour.
How dare
I don't
you
make that much.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So pricing was a very big issue until I figured out, because of, you know, thanks to you, the $1 Million Plumber and the lovely Laura, of how to, you know, get my price book together, the HHR and all this kind of stuff, you know, and you know, get your labor rates, get it all on paper and look at it, and then I was able to figure out I had to charge this much.
Right.
And when I had to charge that much, it was like, are you kidding me? I can't charge that much. Nobody's gonna do that.
Right.
You know, and good thing I have you guys and my wife, and she was just like, you gotta do it. I'm like, oh God, I can't charge them that much, you know. And so, you know,
Do you mind sharing? I mean, we can talk about. Do you mind sharing what you wound up charging? What your
yeah.
hourly rate?
Well, so when we first started, right off the bat, it was like 140, and I was just like floored. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to charge this much.
And I remember we did that just so you wouldn't.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't just die.
Yeah, so you came in the day. Richard came in and he's like, start charging this much because we didn't have our hourly calculator done yet, and I'm like, oh man, I can't do that. Well, okay, yeah, okay. I got some kickback, but it wasn't too bad. And then once we got done with the calculator and everything, our hourly rate is $251. So
All right.
and
We know why it is.
and we know why it is. We know why we charge what we charge because that's what we have to charge to keep growing and growing and growing.
Right. So we call it the honest hourly rate. And
Right.
it's a little bit of tongue in cheek there, because really what we say we want to be honest and we want to be fair. Where you're not being very honest or fair to the customer or yourself if you don't know why you're charging what you're charging. Okay. And
Yeah.
so that's why we go through that process. And then what you really find out is that it was really you weren't even charging enough to cover your costs.
No.
To even operate, and that's why I can feel like it's one step up and 2 and 3 steps back. Then one step up, you just about, and then it's again 2 steps back.
Yeah.
And so, but you no longer live in that world.
Nope.
All
Nope.
right.
It is not.
The right price. All right.
Yes.
Matt says it takes one number, HVI. Yes,
Yep,
and we
that's
get
all
to
it
that.
takes.
All right. That's a little bit.
Yeah.
So, hey, I got something for you. I got to do a little break here. All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
I'm going to give something away for those that are watching. You know that? All right.
Yeah.
Hey, some of these things we're talking about and that this guy is telling you about, all right, are covered in my free e-booklet, The 7 Must Knows. All right. These are 7 things that you got to know. Pricing being one, okay, so there's 6 more you can learn, okay, all right, that you gotta know to have a successful, okay, profitable plumbing business, all right. Simply type 7 in the comments or go to themilliondollarplumber.com/7 and grab your free ebooklet today. All right,
Right now. Don't waste your time. Just go do it right now.
there we go. All right, thank you, man.
To the man.
All right, so, all right, you're sharing some of the things that you learned, okay? We had the right customer. It's important. That made all the difference in the world of finally working for the right customer. And then the right price,
Right.
okay? Figuring out what you need to charge, okay? The right price.
Yeah.
All right, made all the difference in the world. What was something else that really made a difference?
Mindset.
Mindset. That's a good one. I'm going to write that one down. You mind if I take?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Mindset.
Okay. Million Dollar Plumber says mindset now. I'm going to steal that one.
Steal it.
Okay.
It's mindset.
Mindset.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I know that is a big.
Mindset is, really, obviously, it was, it all, goes down to the right customer. Like, I thought the contractors were the right customer.
Right.
Obviously, they weren't. They're not. And then your prices. You got to have that mindset saying, I am worth this, 251, 385, 400, 500. You know that you're worth it. And then you have to know that what you're doing is you're doing it. If you have employees, it's just like this is what my prices are regardless.
Right.
Because I have to provide for this family. I have to provide for this family. I have to provide for my own family.
Yeah.
So I can be where I want to be in life.
That is huge. BJ, I know you've heard me say this. You've heard us talk about this a lot, and of course, on the private side of things, we talk about this. That really, 20% of success has to do with the right equations and knowing the right numbers and the right marketing and that kind of stuff. 80% of success has to do with what's up here.
Yeah, right up here.
I see it all the time, and that's why I talk to guys all the time. I appreciate you said some nice things about Laura and I and the help or direction, but really the reason for your success is we were able to show you and just tell you the things to do just because we just been there before you. That's the only difference. But what made it help you succeed and will help you to continue to succeed is your mindset.
Yeah.
You are doing it. You're willing to look at things different and to learn and you look at yourself as I'm worth it. And
Yeah, I'm worth
that.
it. I own Amarillo. I own Wyoming, or where Lance is at, or I own this, whatever state you're in, or whatever city you're in. You have to have that mindset of, I am the best. I own this. This is my city. And you also have to kick off those thoughts that come in and tell you that you're not worth this. You're not worth that. Oh, you had this setback, and it's just gone to crap, and it's and that was something I can tell you guys right now. That's something that I have struggled with, and I still struggle with it a little bit. If we're going to be real and honest and transparent, with the audience, it's really hard to say, oh, well, I'm just going to keep going, and it's going to be great, and everything's going to be perfect. When you have mishap after mishap, or broken trucks, or we had somebody break into our shop last week, and I had to stay positive because I'm the man at the shop. I have to say, it'll be all right. We just got to push forward, and things are going to happen in your business. Things are going to happen in your personal life. Okay. But you have to have that mindset.
Right.
Everything's going to be okay. We're going to get through it, and just keep falling forward.
The mindset is huge, guys. It is the thing, and we see. I can't help it because we're seeing it play out today in our society.
Yes.
With the whole COVID thing, with the idea of fear, we can see those that are fearful versus fearful-minded versus those that are freedom-minded.
Yeah.
Okay, it is so obvious. Okay, and the same thing goes with your business. If you look and go into this and talk with guys, and I can hear it in them. It's fearful minded.
Oh yeah.
Versus the idea of success minded or freedom minded, that I can do this. Okay?
Yeah. And you guys can do it. Anybody can do it. You just have to have the right mindset. You have to have the mindset, and obviously you have to have somebody to help you out, because it's somebody to push you to get it done.
Here's a check.
No, this is just coming from personal experience. I'm not, I'm up here because I just know where I was at. I know what it's like to not know where you're going, and I'm supposed to be doing this. How do I get to this? How do I get to that? And we ran across Richard and Laura, and pushing us and telling us, hey, it's gonna be all right. It's all right to have somebody to tell you it's gonna be all right.
Right.
Doesn't
mean stuff doesn't happen.
Right? Yeah, it doesn't mean
like
stuff.
Like you said, you got this past week, his shop was broken into. A lot of stuff was stolen, and in the same week, one of the new trucks broke down. The new truck.
I think the next day the new van got broken down. We had to sit. We waited for 3 hours for the tow truck to show up, and it just wasted my whole afternoon. I was just like, oh my gosh.
Stuff happens. But it's a difference of, am I going to be caught up in the garbage and in the mess of it?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean you don't feel it. It doesn't mean you don't have to deal with it. Okay, but it is the difference between letting something that hits you set you back, or and moving forward.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that is huge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you always say, we're in the championship round.
Yeah.
Always in the championship round. Yeah.
Right.
How many rounds are there?
All right. Hey, just how many it takes.
Yeah. Every minute it takes. You're just gonna take those punches and keep getting back up, and just keep pushing forward. That's all you can do.
And that's it. I love that you said, and that's what I say too is, look, if I can do it, from where I sit now, I know it looks, of course, well, he's that, and he's done that, or whatever, he's there, or whatever. Look, if I can do it, you can do it.
If I can do it,
okay,
you can do it, because I was one that would always contradict myself and just say, well, man, always down on myself and whatnot. So
Yeah.
when I can say that anybody can do it, we can spend hours talking about my story and all that, but honestly, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Right.
So this is off cuff, and I don't know if anybody can hear me. BJ, what's the one piece of advice you could give someone as they're starting out?
As you're starting out,
yeah.
Just truly believe in yourself. You have to truly believe in yourself, because if not, you are your own worst critic, and you will tear yourself down. So you got to get that mind right, and you got to believe that, just trust in yourself. You have to know your worth, and you have to know your own value.
It's good.
Yeah, it is good.
It's good, Gage.
I guess that's about it, Mike. I don't have anything to add. Of course, I can always talk. BJ, it's been fun. BJ, just to be transparent, and I mean, I've already alluded to it, that he and his lovely wife, Christy, is our part of they're private clients of ours, and so it's a blessing that they allow us to work with them on a professional level. But just like I know we have some other of our clients here watching here live even, and so it's a blessing to work with all of them. But what's also really fun is that the friendships that grow out of it, and that we get to share that side of things as well. So thank you for coming down to Florida, using your birthday for your birthday.
Thank you for having us,
and that we got to spend some time together. And thank you for being willing to, when I knew he was coming here, I said, I got to have you on the program so you can tell your story. Because I know you guys can relate to this, guys. I know you can relate to BJ here. He's getting it done, the whole idea of where you come from, the new construction, and now just taking Amarillo by storm and service and dealing with all that. It ain't perfect every day.
No, it's not. By any means.
The customers aren't always perfect.
Nope.
The guys aren't always perfect. Okay.
Yep.
Like you said, stuff happens, right?
Yep. Happens. Just handle your business and throw it under the, take care of it and go on with life. That's all you can do.
But I can't. I know this sound. I always feel silly saying this, but I'm so proud of what you and Christy and what you've done.
Well, I appreciate it.
In the work, because I know it's hard, and most guys talk. There's a lot of talking going out there, and whatever, but they just don't have the. They don't get in the ring. They don't get it done.
Yeah.
And then they just wind up freaking out, even when they do get in the ring. Okay. And so I'm just really proud of.
Well, I appreciate
you've taken all the hits.
Yeah.
And still taking the hits.
We're still going to take some hits,
and
but that's okay.
Okay.
We're just going to keep going, though. That's all you can do.
There we go. All right, man. Good stuff. Thanks for sharing.
Well, I appreciate it.
All right.
Appreciate it for having me.
Hey, if you guys are looking for, looking for the solutions, okay, and looking for hope, I got just a thing for you, all right? My Million Dollar Plumber Success Academy, all right? Everything that you need to know to have a successful, self-sustaining, and very profitable plumbing business, all right? I make it very easy for you. We go over everything we're talking about today, the pricing, all right? The right customer, okay, even mindset. Okay, there's that kind of stuff in there because that's very important, okay? And of course, everything else, the marketing, all right, the right kind of accounting, the right other kind of systems to have in place, it's all there for you, all right? And right now, you can check it out for free, all right? So check it out, all right? 14-day free trial. Simply type success in the comments or go to themilliondollarplumber.com/success.
Do it.
All right. There we go.
Just do it.
All right, man. Hey, it's about time to wrap things up. I hear the music coming in. Okay, we got the countdown. You want to close us out?
Yeah. Remember, you were purposely and wonderfully created, and you were created to do great things. And as always, plumb like a champ.
That's right. Plumb like a champion. All right. Good job, man.
Thank you for tuning in to Potty Talk Live with Richard Behney, the Million Dollar Plumber. If you enjoyed this show, share it now.
Just do it.
To catch past episodes and get alerts for new episodes, turn notifications on now and join us again for more tips, techniques, and strategies to help you grow your plumbing business.